Hi, I'm Sharella, and I want to talk about authenticity. Who are you when you go to the grocery store? Who are you when you go to work? Who are you when you go to church? How about when you're with your best buds? Who are you when you're with your family that you love? Who are you when you are with the family that you don't love so much? Do you find yourself being different in these various places? I think it can be hard to keep the same person that you are in these various places. But let me tell you why I think it's so important that we are authentic in all of these ways, in all of these places, in all of these people that we are around. So if you think about it, when you are a fake person, you are not being who you really are, and thus you really can't be loved fully because you're not full of the integrity of who you really are. And the same on the flip side, when other people are not true to who they are, it's really hard to know how to love them because they're not full of integrity of who they are. They're not integrous. And I have found that when you're open with what is true about you, that fosters unity. Even the ugly, dark stuff that you don't really want other people to know, when you know that about others and they know that about you, there's a sense of unity of your realness that makes you more lovable. Isn't that so weird? I find that when I am being different in different locations, that I might be trying to feed my ego. I'm trying to make myself seem more important than I am, or more important than another person, or just trying to be enough of something. When really maybe I don't need to prove that. Like I just already am, and I don't need to prove that. Or maybe I'm not, and I don't need to go there because it's not really important, but ego thinks it is. Or maybe there is a faulty belief system that I think that something is one way and it just makes me untrue because of this belief system from my past experiences and my upbringing and my background and my culture, but none of it's really true, but it really hides the truth of who I am. I think of it like this. I don't know why I came up with this idea, but probably because I just had a crack in my windshield or a little chip in my windshield. And I said to my husband, oh, we need to go fix that. And so you know how you get the epoxy and you have the resin and you have the hardener and you mix it together and there's the polymerization that happens so that then you can stick that into the crack in your windshield and then that crack becomes strong again. If you don't connect the two parts together, the resin and the hardener, it's not going to work so well. When it has full integrity of bonding together, then it's going to be true. So true, when you are able to be true, then you're able to be connected and you're able to be, as I said, full of integrity, and then you can be loved. Because the formula goes, this is from Real Love by Greg Bear, when you are seen, then you can be understood. When you're understood, then you can be accepted. And when you're accepted, then can you be fully loved. Another idea I think of is, because I'm going to be making some treats today. So when you bake, for what I usually do is I combine the wet parts of the ingredients, all the wet parts like the butter and the eggs and milk or whatever. And then I take the dry parts and I combine them together. And there's like the flour and the baking soda and the sugar. And if you had those two parts and you just dumped them into the pan and you didn't mix them, then you would have some bad cake or cookies or whatever it is you're making because they wouldn't be combined and you'd have like some crumbs over here and a lot of wetness over here and it would just be a mess because it's not fully integrated together. When the ingredients are integrated together, then they are complete in what is true about that, and it can be a good eating experience. So it has the solid integrity about it that makes it lovable. We love to eat that brownie or whatever it is we made. I think also of like a stone. Let's say you have a precious stone that you believe is solid all the way through it. But then you find out it's just been dipped into something that makes it look like it's real. And it's in essence been sugar coated. So if something's not solid, someone might actually pay good money for a good solid rock that they think is what it is, but then ultimately it's not. And can't you just feel that you don't want to love something that is not fully what it is proclaimed to be? You might give that 10% love if it's only sugar-coated. When you are fully representing yourself, you have full expression. And when you are fully expressing yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then can you be accepted and loved. Otherwise, you're fractionated. You are being something you are not. You are being confusing. And then other people have a hard time loving something that is not true to all of its ingredients put together. So here's a question. Would you rather love somebody who you know everything about them and they are an evil and a dark person, but you know everything into the darkest, deepest corner of their mind and being? You've looked under the rugs, you know what's there. Or would you rather love somebody who appears to be good and seems to do good things, but they're a liar? Maybe they lie about themselves or things that they've done, and they maybe are good things. You know, I'm going to say this used to be me. Maybe, okay, ego aside, like maybe I am still this way, but I know that I used to try to represent myself in a way that was maybe not totally true. But I wanted it to be true, and I wanted other people to believe this. And so I was mostly a good person. I would say, I'm a good person. But I might lie. There might be some things that I lie about. They're just not totally true. Like I might have done 10 things one way and I say that I did 20. So I'm kind of exaggerating because I want to make myself seem more important. Then other people kind of catch that deception about yourself and they're like, I don't really like that. So would you rather love somebody who you know all the deep, dark corners intimately, or someone who kind of lies but they're pretty good? What do you think? I think I might like to love that person who is the dark, but I know them completely because they're real. I want that real solidness about them. What do you think? There's a lady that I know who at first I was so bothered because she was a bragger. And she would just say, oh, I've done this wonderful thing and my kids have done these wonderful things and we are so wonderful and here's all of our credentials and here's my education and my background and aren't I so wonderful? And at first I was like, ooh, I don't like that. And then I noticed that she would brag about me or about other people. I was like, oh, that feels good. I like that. And then I'm like, wait, but she's bragging still. Even though that felt good, she's still bragging. And so I was like, I don't think I like that. Then I came to a conclusion. I know that she's a bragger. I know this about her. And because I know that and I can expect that, I know she's going to brag about herself. She's going to brag about her kids. She's going to brag about me. Can I love her as the bragger? Because I know that's who she is. And I finally figured, yeah, I can totally love her in her braggingness. That's just who she is. And I love her. And she's not hiding it. She is a bragger. And there she is. And I'm going to love her. And I find as I do this more and more to other people that I'm able to say, oh, here are their dark sides. And I totally love them. And once you start to understand someone like that, it's really easy to love the fullness of who they are. And the same thing for you. When you can be more vulnerable and open to who you really are, then you can receive and feel that love from other people also. If you like this kind of stuff and you'd like to hear more, go to my program that's for all around health. From eating good food, from moving your body more, and for getting that self-care that you need to be your very best. You can go to www.honeydewhealthin91.com.